how on earth can hitting tiny little shots at home help you not only with your chipping, your pitching, but your full swings and your strike consistency? I'm going to show you how. A few days ago, we had some friends over and they have a young lad and he is really into golf. And unfortunately, at the moment, the weather is terrible and he had a lot of fun playing on the simulator here. He loves his golf. He's actually got quite a lot of talent, but he can't really get out and play and practice that much. And I did also notice something that when we were sort of just giving him a couple of things to have some fun with, I realized that his control of the club face is not as good as it could be. And I also know this is true for you. You are going to be wanting to always control the accuracy of your strike. It seems to be that most people try and do this at full tilt all the time. People just sort of get lost in trying to not just hit the ball hard, but do a full swing. And the consistency just goes out the window. And I'm not going to bore you with all the science of the low point and everything. I just want you to start practicing this. Because if you think about it, if you can't consistently make good contact, even on tiny little shots, and understand what has to happen to make that happen, you are going to struggle when it comes to longer swings, okay? We do not want to have the contact where we're trying to lift and help it up this way. That's going to affect fairway woods, irons, and everything. But it starts from this tiny little shot. We don't want to be topping it. We also don't want to be trying to hit down too much and stabbing into it here like that, okay? That can give us the right contact, but we have to feel the bounce and that shallow angle of attack, but to get the acceleration so the ball can effortlessly pop up. I want you to go and grab just a sand wedge, all right? I'll give you a second. Any club will do. Just go and grab your sand wedge, pitching wedge, lob wedge, doesn't really matter. We're going to start there. And the objective, if you can get a couple of golf balls as well, that'd be great. Okay, I'll wait for you just a couple of seconds. What we're trying to do here is educate ourselves, educate the feeling in the hands and what needs to happen with the body to get a repeatable contact. Ball first, then turf, okay? And at first, what you might find is it's very difficult to hit short shots, all right? Let's say we're only going like at just a few feet ahead here. We're trying to land it on this spot, all right? That's kind of tricky. But what are you going to do to get there? Are you going to try and help it up with the hands? And there's certain ways that you can sort of cheat, but what we are trying to do is still make this ball pop up in the air, but with a nice feeling contact, okay? Now, the only things we're trying to understand here, mechanically wise, is more weight on the front side, maintaining this triangle as we keep our technique and sort of rotate through, but I'm feeling the weight of the club. We are practicing the feeling of acceleration where it counts. Not too early and certainly not too late. We want the acceleration through the ball to be able to nip it off the turf and have it pop up. So what we're looking at to do is maintain this triangle, okay, and just pop it up. It's as simple as that. Yes, it's sort of chipping action, but the goal is not to try and land it a certain distance. The goal is actually to hit it as short as possible, but with a solid contact. If you're struggling with technique a little bit, there's a couple of things we can try, and that is just using an alignment stick like so and having it on the side of your body here, right? And we're just going to try and maintain that sort of triangle all the way through. Now, you might find that you end up hitting yourself a bit too much because you're trying to help the club up. But with the stick hitting me, it sort of stops that, all right? We are just trying to accelerate with a very short swing. I can feel the weight of the club, right? It's just a nice little movement. It's a perfect contact. And when we get better at understanding what feels we want to feel the weight of the club, the core, just sort of moving nice and smoothly through. We've got balance, but I'm accelerating there. I'm using the hands, I'm using the feel, and it's wonderful. And the better we get at that, the more spin we can get, and the more control we can get. I want you to do this for 5 minutes a day, 10 shots, 20 shots, whatever it might be, just to keep educating the feel you want. Then you can start ramping up your distances, okay? It's perfect for bad weather. It's perfect to hit into cushions or whatever it might be. And it's great if you do have things like this. And this is like a little landing pad from AI Golf. It's a towel in actual fact, and it's a wonderful little target to have, but we are still just doing a very short little shot, only just a few feet. And I can accelerate where I need to. And all we're trying to do from there is build up the swing and that sensation and that sort of acceleration from the bottom. So we take that feeling, we extend it to a wedge, the same feeling through the ball. And then we extend it to a full shot. But don't rush into it, okay? Just keep practicing that at home. There we have it, really simple lesson. Get your sand wedge out and start chipping as short as possible to get the ball to pop up with a nice little contact. A little challenge for you. Let me know how you get on.